So fortes are the main skills that you can upgrade for the character. Like for example, there's Forte Circuit this is for Jiyan. Resonance Liberation, which is the ultimate. Intro skill, which is the ability that you trigger whenever you rotate character into the battle. So let's say you're buffing, with Verena, right? You cast your ult, you cast your E, you cast your Echo, and you want to call in your DPS because you have like a lot of damage buffs. Your intro skill would be the thing that your character does when they're coming in. So that's an intro skill. Resonance skill is basically the E that you hit. That's your skill attack. And that's pretty much just this skill. Upgrading it lets you do more damage. As you can see for Jiyan, dash forward to a certain distance, dealing arrow damage can be cast in the air. That just enhances the damage. Basic attack is pretty simple. It's the basic attack that you hit when you left click. Forte Circuit is a lot of the effects that your character does. For Jiyan, when he casts his ult, Jiyan has 30 or more resolve. He consumes 30 resolve to increase the damage of your resonance skill, the Wind Queller, which is the dragon. When Jiyan is in King Long mode, which is I think his ult, damage of resonance skill Wind Queller is increased by 20% and no longer consumes resolve. So whenever you're in your ult, you don't consume your resonance, which is a little bar that you see at the bottom. Here, let me show you. It's that little bar you see above my health at the very bottom of the screen. That builds up whenever you're fighting. You'll see it build up with green, and that's your resonance. So this pretty much means that once you're in King Long mode is your ult. And whenever you're in that mode, whenever you use your resonance skill, again, use your E. You don't use the resonance bar at all. But anyway, this is the Resonance Liberation, Emerald Storm Prelude, which is your ult. Resonance Liberation. Every time you hit Resonance Liberation, just think ultimate or ultimate attack, kind of like Overwatch. Jiyan is increased anti-interruption. Basic attack, heavy attack, and dodge kind of are replaced with heavy attack. So basically, every heavy attack, to sum up, basically every attack that Jiyan does in this ultimate form is a heavy attack. So that's why you were seeing me talk about like traces with Robert and Jordan. Not traces, but with stats for the echoes. There are substats that you can tune when you level them up. I was trying to aim for heavy attack damage increase because that's the thing. That's when Jiyan is most effective, when he ults, and you want to buff that as much as you can. And if you get a substat that increases heavy damage, which there is, it just makes your attacks hit harder. Heavy attack Lance of King Lung performs up to 3 continuous attacks, dealing arrow damage, also considered as heavy attack damage. And that's pretty much the forte. But yeah, and then discipline here is just your outro skill. He hits a heavy attack. He will summon King Lung to launch a coordinated attack. So basically, the next person that comes in, whenever they attack, a heavy attack of the dragon will come in and swoop and hit, equal to 313.40% of Jiyan's attack. Attack lasts for 8 seconds, can be triggered up once every 1 second, up to 2 times. So that's actually a pretty cool outro skill I didn't know about until now. But I mean, I don't use him for that. He's usually on the back end of the rotation. So you really would never use his outro skill. You really want to utilize his intro skill. But yeah, these substats here, you see defense, heavy attack damage, bonus crit damage, and HP. These are substats. And like I said, I pulled an echo of this guy who is purple. This is like the best echo for Jiyan at the moment, because he is a arrow effect person. So the reason I was talking about substats is because the heavy attack damage bonus substat buff comes with it. You tune them. The thing is, tuning the substats are random, so it's basically a game of luck to get the right one. Blade, could you explain how I can max out a character using echoes and shit? Yeah, I can definitely explain that to you, Jug. Of course. What's it called? But yeah, I can definitely help you out with that. We kind of did that earlier in the stream where me and Robert were talking about like min-maxing, scaling and building the characters, right? Understanding how echoes work, how echo tuning works, and what that does to benefit you guys. And I actually might end up doing a video with Robert to kind of go into more depth detail. That way you guys can watch and kind of just build your own thing. And the cool thing is you can actually do this with any character. We're gonna try and come up with a theory build for Verena being a primary DPS, which I think would be very interesting to see. Just in my opinion, to kind of build out and see how well that would do. Basically, because Verena is based off, she scales her healing off of her attack, so more attack, more healing. The only thing is she would not be able to give the outro skill because she buffs attack for the following hero that comes out. So she would miss out on that. I think it's 20% or something like that. So she would miss out on that little buff, but I mean, you could still build her to do damage. But yeah, that'd be pretty cool to really get into. This game, like I said, has been really, really fun for me, which is why you see me kind of like trying to understand it more in Theorycraft. I'm just like you guys. I'm also learning as I go. But yeah, if you guys have any questions, feel free to ask away. Love to show you. I'll help you guys out. That's it. Yeah, on that. But yeah, that's pretty much the summation of what Forte Circuit is. If you have any more questions, you can always ask me later on Discord or whatever. But yeah, that's I think that's a good explanation, you know, of what Forte Circuits are. If you have any questions, like I said, just ask, you know, away. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good shit.